Bar never. Hello and welcome to another booktube video from me, Lauren, from Lauren and the Books. This is a cuddly cactus, isn't it cute? Simon got it for me. Very nice. I'm going to put it down there though because I won't be able to pick up books. I'll leave it here for a little bit longer. Today I'm going to be talking about my February TBR, the books that I shall be reading in the month of February. There's a few things going on in February. I've got, well, I say a few things, like not much more than usual. I've got two book clubs. I run a book club on Facebook with my pals, and then I run a book club at work in real life. So I've got the two books that I'm going to be talking about then. I also have Cosy Reading Night is taking place on Saturday the 11th of February. I'll link the announcement video for Cosy Reading Night down below. Cosy Reading Night, if you haven't already heard me bleating on about it, is a night where I lay myself on the sofa in a very much horizontal position and just read for 3 hours, eat snacks, burn candles, covered in a blanket, lovely time. I did it in November last year, and I'm bringing it back this year for winter, which is amazing because at the moment it is freezing and nothing more do I want than to be cosy under a little blanket. So that's in a few weeks' time. Check the announcement video down below if you would like to join in. So I've got a few videos. I've got a few books that I need to start thinking about what I'm going to read for that. I won't announce them here because I'm going to be doing a Cosy Reading Night TBR, but there's something I might need a little bit of help with. Let's put this down and let's get talking about those books. So my book clubs. The first book club book that I will be reading is for my book club at work, and we are going to be reading Bridget Jones's Diary by Helen Fielding. Bridget Jones's Diary is a book that I've read many a time, and every time I read it, I enjoy it even more. I think it's so current for something that was written like many years ago. It feels like it could have been written like this week. And I love the films, and I just love the character of Bridget Jones. I think she's so perfectly flawed, and she just very much reminds me of myself. And I really, really love Bridget Jones. When we were talking about it at book club, we sort of picked two books out of a pot, talk about the read out the bump, and then everyone gets to vote for which book they want. Half and half. It wasn't like people were a bit like, oh, I think Bridget Jones might be a bit boring. I don't think it's boring. I bloody love it. I don't, however, own a copy of it, so I need to either buy a copy, get it from the library, or get it on my Kindle. I think I might buy a copy. It's nice to own Bridget Jones. There's all shouting going on outside. I'd like to own all four of them I think there are now. So yeah, I will be reading Bridget Jones. And then in my book club online, we will be reading The Trap by Melanie Raab. I haven't told anyone online book club yet that this is what we're going to be reading. Spoiler alert. This is translated from the German. I heard about it on Lena's channel, Just Kiss My Frog. So how it goes is so a woman's sister is killed, and this woman was involved in the attack. Her and her sister were involved in an attack, and she sort of has a bit of a memory blank. And then later on, when watching daytime television, she sees the guy that did it, and he's a presenter on daytime television. She writes a book about it and will only give one interview to him. So it sounds like it's going to be tense as. I haven't read anything sort of like thrillery for a while, and I hope it's going to be really, really good. So that is what's going to be going on in Online Book Club. Now, as I mentioned earlier, a Cosy Reading Night is taking place this month on the 11th of February. I am probably going to be reading, I haven't decided yet, but I like to read like, from last time I read a novel, a children's book, and a graphic novel, which I'm probably going to sort of stick to this time. I started Rebecca last time, which was easily the favourite book that I read last year. I absolutely adored it. So I thought I would keep in with the Daphne du Maurier novel side of life and start another Daphne du Maurier novel on Cosy Reading Night. So I've got 4 here to choose from, all of which are these absolutely beautiful Virago modern classics. I love these. These are the spines. None of these I've started yet. So I've either got Daphne du Maurier House on the Strand, which I believe is like sci-fi-ish, told from a man's point of view about time travel, bit good. I've got The Scapegoat. I have no idea what this is about. Looks like it's about 2 men. Really like the front cover of that though. I've got The King's General, which is about, I remember talking to Mercedes about this, a woman who falls in love with a sir or something like that. And then this one, which I bought at the weekend, haven't even hauled this yet, My Cousin Rachel, which is about a man who turns on his cousin or something. Someone dies in Sounds like I've really done my homework on these Daphne du Maurier books, doesn't it? This is being made into a film later on this year with Rachel Weisz, which is confusing because it's called My Cousin Rachel and she plays Rachel in the film. Imagine that. So I would like to read start one of these on Cosy Reading Night. Not sure which one to do. At the moment, I feel like I'm leaning towards My Cousin Rachel. Simon described this to me as modern day Gone Girl. That makes me feel like I'll be into it. And also, as it's being made into a film this year, I really do want to watch the film. So I'm leaning towards that. However, I have been meaning to read The House on the Strand for a long time, and the other two I'm very excited about too. So do tell me which one of these you think that I should start on Cosy Reading Night. Also, it's only bloody Valentine's Day, isn't it, in February? Love and marriage and all that joy. David and R's engagement. We're not engaged. David and R... Wishful thinking. David and our anniversary is in the day after Valentine's Day. We got together. We must have been in the mood for love and we got together the day after Valentine's Day. And I thought that I would use also, I need to start reading some of the books that I got for Christmas and my birthday, as well as this massive pile of books that Simon kindly gifted me while I was visiting him. And Amy Smith bought me this wonderful collection of short stories. It's absolutely beautiful, called How Much the Heart Can Hold. It's 7 stories on love. The authors are here: Carrie Spray, Rowan Hiseo Buchanan, Bernadine Evaristo, Grace McLean, Donna O'Ryan, Nikesh Shukla and D.W. Wilson. Whenever is there going to be a better time to read 7 stories on love than the month of love itself, February? So we'll be getting around to reading that as well. As I mentioned earlier, Simon kindly gifted me some books when I went up to see him, and one of the books that he gave me in our book chat video, I will link that book chat video down below. I've got a whole playlist of them. It's where I talk to people that I know in real life about books. I really love filming these videos. They're some of my favourite videos to film. I love filming with people and just having a nice chat about books and things like that. So at the end of that video, I give a recommendation to somebody and purchase them a book, and ask for them to give a recommendation to me. Never ask for them to buy me a book, just a recommendation would have been lovely. And Simon kindly bought me The Proof of Love by Catherine Hall. He loved it so much he put his name on it. This exceptional novel is a very subtly clever book, rare and wonderful. I loved it. 10 out of 10, says Savage Reads blog. On the front here it says Sarah Waters meets Daphne du Maurier, so it sounds like it's got everything that I want to hear. So he's something's happening. So Spencer Little is keen to put the events of a past term at Cambridge behind him, and a remote village in the Lake District, love things set in remote places in the UK, seems to offer the perfect escape. But it's not so easy to remain anonymous in a small community, and after striking up a friendship with a 10-year-old Alice, Spencer also finds himself being drawn into other people's lives. As the summer heatwave intensifies and a web of complicity tightens around him, Spencer realises that he will eventually be forced to choose between loyalty and truth. So yeah, looking forward to this. As I said, love things set in remote places. This sounds a bit like it could be Call of the Undertow. There's a woman in that goes to a remote part of Scotland and befriends a child, and this sounds like this might be a bit like it. However, this is set in the summer, so this might warm me up a bit. It's too bloody cold at the moment. I know I hate the summer, but this is very, very cold. Also, I would like to read a graphic novel this month, and I've had this graphic novel since either last Easter or last Valentine's Day. I always ask David to buy me books for gifts, although this year I've said let's not buy so many books because I've got too many to be getting on with. And he got me Supermutant Magic Academy by Gillian Tamakai. This is the author of oh my god, what's that book called? She's going around to have a look. This One Summer. Sorry about that. This One Summer, which is a graphic novel that I really, really enjoyed. I really like the artwork, and I think this will be nice. And it's a bit like X-Men, I believe. It's about children who belong to a Supermutant Magic Academy. I really love the end papers. It's like all pizzas and love hearts, like children, like teenagers' drawings. So yes, looking forward to getting to that as well. And then getting on to the last, sorry, I just kicked that table. Last 2 books. So The Good Immigrant, which is a collection of essays about being an immigrant in the UK, brought together by Nikesh Shukla, is a book that I have been keen to read for a while, and I put it on my shelf and sort of forgot that it was there, and then when looking at my shelves I was like, my god, I need to read this. So I'm definitely going to be reading this early on, I believe, as I'm just so keen to read it. So I will be reading that. And then lastly, The Essex Serpent by Sarah Perry. This appeared on so many people's favourite books of last year, and I made a video, which I will link down below, about my 2017 TBR Best of the Best, where on watching some people's best books of 2016, I noticed 10 books that I actually had on my shelves already. This was one of them. So many people said this was the best book that they read last year, and it's just daft that I've got it on my shelf and I haven't read it. So this is going to be getting read very, very soon. So those are the books that I will be reading in February. This is always the difficult bit. These are the books that I will be reading in, oh for goodness sakes, these are the books that I will be reading in February 2017. What are you guys planning on reading in 2017? Are you going to be joining in with Cosy Reading Night? Do you read books about love around Valentine's Day? I don't feel like I'm a big like softie about Valentine's Day, but I just thought maybe it'd be nice to theme a bit of reading around a holiday. I love to theme a reading around a specific time of year, so that just seemed cool to me. And I will see you all again soon for another BookTube video. Goodbye.